Today we will discuss one of such tiny molecule which saves humans' lives. The molecule is drug is methamphetamine. We will discuss a comprehensive clinical review. So what we will cover today: pharmacology, dose guide, clinical uses, comparative studies, side effects, and methamphetamine and phenylephrine, pros and cons, and clinical decision guide. So before going directly onto the methamphetamine, we will brush about the classification of vasopressors. They are divided into three groups: natural catecholamine, synthetic catecholamine, and synthetic non-catecholamine. Natural catecholamines are epinephrine, norepinephrine, and dopamine. Synthetic catecholamine are isoproterenol, dobutamine, and synthetic non-catecholamine are again divided into indirect acting and direct acting. Indirect acting drugs are ephedrine, mephentermine, and metaminol, and direct acting synthetic non-catecholamines are phenylephrine and methoxamine. And we will also brush up about receptor physiology. These alpha 1 receptors are located on vasculature. The systemic effect is vasoconstriction. Beta 1 receptors are located on the heart, which causes inotropic and chronotropic effect, causes increase in cardiac output. Beta 2 receptors are located on the lungs and vasculature, which causes bronchodilation and vasodilation, so decrease SVR. V1 are located on vasculatures, causes vasoconstriction, increase in systemic vascular resistance. V2 receptors are located on kidney collecting ducts, which causes watery absorption, and eventually it causes increase in CVP. Dopamine receptors are located on renal smooth muscles. The systemic effect is nephroprotection, dilates renal vasculature. This is the pictorial presentation of receptors. Now we will see the pharmacology, what is the mechanism of action, receptor profile, and pharmacokinetic and dynamic of methamphetamine. So what is methamphetamine? The structural class of methamphetamine is it is an amphetamine derived phenethylamine structurally related to methamphetamine and phenteramine substituted phenylamine core with N2-dimethyl substitution. This is the recent vial of methamphetamine. Nowadays we use it in OT. Methamphetamine is one of the most widely used vasopressor in India and developing countries due to its low cost, ready availability, and ease of use. What is the mechanism of action? Methamphetamine has a dual sympathomimetic action. Its primary action is by indirect way, which is primary. It triggers the release of endogenous norepinephrine from the presynaptic sympathetic nerve terminals, and it floods the synaptic cleft, which activates both alpha and beta 1 adrenergic receptors. And its direct action is secondary, direct agonism at alpha adrenergic receptors, causing peripheral vasoconstriction, and it also has minor direct stimulation of beta 1 receptors on myocardium. So alpha 1 effect causes vasoconstriction, which increases SVR and increases in BP. Beta 1 effect, positive inotropy and chronotropy effect, increase in heart rate and cardiac output will be seen. Beta 2 effect, mild bronchodilation, but it has a minor clinical significance. So what is the IV onset of methamphetamine? Its action is immediate. Peak action is at around 5 minutes. IV duration is about 15 to 30 minutes with the single IV dose. IM onset is in 5 to 15 minutes. IM duration is for about 1 to 4 hours. The metabolism pathway of methamphetamine is N-demethylation via hepatic microsomes, produces phenteramine as primary metabolite, also undergoes P-hydroxylation, P-hydroxymethamphetamine. Phenteramine itself inhibits the MAO-A and MAO-B. Its metabolite inhibits the MAO-A and MAO-B. Tachyphylaxis. Tachyphylaxis to pressor action develops rapidly because of repeated dosing will cause the depletion in presynaptic norepinephrine stores, which is an indirect mechanism dependency. So in case of tachyphylaxis, we will escalate the dose of methamphetamine or we will use the alternative vasopressors in case of prolonged use of methamphetamine. So what are the dosing guide of methamphetamine? In final hypotension, we use IV bolus of methamphetamine, 6 mg dose. Action is immediate and duration is for 15 to 30 minutes. And we repeat methamphetamine as and when needed and titrate to BP. In LSAS cases also we use 6 mg of IV bolus. Maximum dose of 30 mg can be given and action is immediate. Methamphetamine can be used as an IV infusion in a dose of 0.1 to 0.4 mg per kg per minute. But due to tachyphylaxis, the infusion is not suitable. In general hypotensive states, IV single dose 30 to 45 mg, action is immediate. The ED50 of methamphetamine IV is around 3.7 mg, which is much less than the ephedrine ED50 of 25 mg. Clinical uses. So indication in anesthetic practice, obstetric anesthesia, spinal anesthesia induced hypotension during LSCS, incidence up to 80 to 85%. Prevention, prophylactic IV bolus or infusion before or after spinal. Treatment we use is as a bolus 6 mg IV on BP for more than 20% of baseline. Preferred where phenylephrine unavailable or reflex bradycardia a concern. In surgical and regional anesthesia, spinal or epidural induced hypotension for orthopedic urological procedures, adjunct in monitored anesthesia care with propofol or opioid, counteract the hypotension from phenothiazide pre-medication, and we can use it as a prophylactic IM 25 to 50 mg before major neuroaxial blocks. In cardiovascular support, we can use it as an adjunct to cardiogenic shock as it augments the cardiac output via acting on beta 1 receptors. Perioperative hemodynamic support in elderly patient. We can use it in cardiac arrest patient adjunct to fluid replacement. Hypotension during myocardial infarction has a short-term use. It has also off-label and other uses as a nasal decongestant, but it is an historical use now. Oral tablet 10 mg, it is used as an for hypotension management in India. Reversal of hypotension from halogenated agent. In other uses, it is used as an in clinical researches, performance studies, and for potency comparisons. So, can mefentermine be given IM before spinal? Most of the anesthesiologists follow this practice, but now it is an historical. IM prophylaxis is less commonly studied in high quality RCTs. So, evidence is more practice based than trial proven. 25 to 45 mg IM before spinal is described in older preferences because it has a very slow and variable onset and it is non-titrable after injection. The modern practice prefers IV vasopressor titration with monitoring. Putting 30 mg mefentermine drip for prophylaxis. So 30 mg drip is an high dose. ED50 for prophylaxis is only around 3.7 mg. So 30 mg of mefentermine in drip will cause the hypertension, tachycardia, arrhythmias. So better approach is to use 5 to 10 mg slowly IV boluses and in small titrated increments. Does mefentermine have an abuse properties or addiction potential? So yes, demethylation of mefentermine will lead to formation of methamphetamine, and mefentermine is structurally related to the amphetamine, which is CNS stimulant, and it will also increase the level of norepinephrine and dopamine at the synaptic terminal, so which has stimulant properties and it can produce euphoria. There are the case reports and regional concerns about non-medical IM use of mefentermine. Cases of dependence in young adults seen, and this is the recent news 10 days before only. In Pune, 82 vials of mefentermine are confiscated in gym trainer patient. So comparative studies between mefentermine and phenylephrine. The mefentermine and phenylephrine, both agents are equally effective in preventing the post-spinal hypotension. Phenylephrine produces the faster, stronger BP correction but causes reflex bradycardia. Mefentermine, whereas preserves heart rate and maintain the cardiac output. In terms of fetal outcome, there is clinical safety similar in both mefentermine and phenylephrine drugs. This is the vasopressor profile comparison between mefentermine, phenylephrine, ephedrine, and norepinephrine. The receptor action of mefentermine is both by alpha and beta 1 receptor activation, whereas in phenylephrine it's a selective alpha 1 activator. Ephedrine has both alpha 1 and beta receptor action, where norepinephrine has alpha and beta 1 action. In case of mefentermine, heart rate effect is preserved or increased. In phenylephrine, reflex bradycardia seen. In ephedrine, increase in heart rate is seen, whereas in norepinephrine, neutral or slightly decreased in heart rate can be seen. Cardiac output in mefentermine group, because of its action on beta 1 receptors, it increases causes inotropy and increase in cardiac output, whereas in phenylephrine, because of reflex bradycardia, cardiac output might be decreased. And ephedrine and phenylephrine has same action on cardiac output, it increase the cardiac output, whereas in norepinephrine, neutral or mildly increase in cardiac output seen. In terms of fetal umbilical artery pH, there is similar to phenylephrine effect. There is clinical safety using mefentermine and phenylephrine. Cost and availability, it is cheap and widely available mefentermine, whereas phenylephrine is expensive and it needs dilution, but recent vials doesn't need a dilution. Ephedrine is also cheap, whereas norepinephrine has a moderate cost. Tachyphylaxis is seen rapidly in mefentermine and ephedrine, whereas it moderately seen in phenylephrine groups. Potency, ED50 of mefentermine is around 3.7 mg, whereas of phenylephrine is around 44 microgram, and whereas in ephedrine is around 25 mg. And in norepinephrine, ED50 is 6 to 8 microgram. So there has been study conducted between mefentermine and norepinephrine, where the conclusion is that norepinephrine is more effective in terms of responses, but mefentermine needs fewer boluses. Mefentermine versus ephedrine are equally safe and effective. Side effects of mefentermine: it causes tachycardia, headache, anxiety or restless, nausea, vomiting, hypertension, dizziness, tremors, insomnia. Severe or rare side effects are ventricular arrhythmia. In severe hypertension can be seen in case of mefentermine. It will lead to cerebral hemorrhage, pulmonary edema, and it also can cause CNS confusion, psychosis, seizures, chest pain or angina, AV block, and also can cause urinary retention by acting on alpha 1 receptor at the bladder neck and may cause the urinary retention. Contraindications of mefentermine are in case of tachyarrhythmias and ventricular arrhythmias, hallucinated anesthetic agent cyclopropane and halothane, severe coronary artery disease, angle closure glaucoma in case of pheochromocytoma and hypertensive states. Drug interaction: mefentermine interacts with the MAO inhibitors. It may lead to severe hypertensive crisis, as mefentermine also leads to increase in norepinephrine level at the synaptic cleft, where MAO drugs also inhibits the reuptake of norepinephrine from the synaptic cleft, and eventually it may lead to severe hypertensive crisis. In tricyclic antidepressant, enhanced pressure effect. In ergot alkaloids, additive vasospasm can be seen. With oxytocin, potentiated hypertension. Volatile anesthetics sensitize myocardium, can cause arrhythmias. So mefentermine versus phenylephrine, a balanced clinical perspective on pros and cons and decision making. These are the recent trials of mefentermine and phenylephrine. Pros of mefentermine: it preserves the heart rate, no reflex bradycardia, augments the cardiac output by acting on beta 1 receptors, and it is preferred in low cardiac output state. It is cost effective and no need for multiple dilutions, and it is widely used in India and developing countries. It has mixed alpha and beta action, physiological balanced, and can be given IM. Pros of phenylephrine are: it is rapid and reliable BP restoration. Best fetal acid base status is seen in elective LSCS cases. Ideal for infusion, as it has a short T half life of 2 to 4 hours, but because of rapid tissue distribution, it acts within 5 minutes and it is easily titrable. ASIM Canadian guidelines first line is uncomplicated LSCS. What are the cons of mefentermine? It develops rapid tachyphylaxis with repeated dosing, causes tachycardia, so it might be problematic in maternal tachycardia. It has slower and less reliable onset as compared to phenylephrine. Slightly lower umbilical artery pH can be seen in mefentermine as compared to phenylephrine. What are the cons of phenylephrine? It causes reflex bradycardia. 23% incidence of bradycardia can be seen according to MOTA 2010 studies. It may cause the decrease in cardiac output. It is an expensive drug. Multiple dilutions from 10 mg per ml ampule per recent vials doesn't need multiple dilutions now. Reactive hypertension risk 20% of incidence, and it is not preferred in maternal bradycardia, heart rate less than 80. So when to choose which vasopressor? Prefer mefentermine when maternal heart rate is less than 80 beats per minute. Bradycardia is risk with phenylephrine. Mefentermine is choose when low cardiac output state and cardiogenic shock. Emergency LSCS with reduced fetal reserve. Phenylephrine unavailable or excessive response seen. Refer phenylephrine when elective LSCS is a standard of care and for the best umbilical artery pH. In case of maternal tachycardia, where heart rate is more than 110 beats per minute, when heart rate control is prioritized, arrhythmia prone, continuous infusion protocol available, ASN Canadian guidelines compliance required, healthy parturient with normal cardiac function. So guidelines are like when heart rate is less than 80 beats per minute, use ephedrine or mefentermine. When heart rate is more than 110 beats per minute, use phenylephrine, and when heart rate is between 80 to 110, either of the agent is acceptable. These are the key references. Thank you so much.